No Story, I want to be celebrating National Dream Day. Now, can you guys imagine there's actually a day created for this? I mean, to me, it's incredible. It's amazing. I'm going to give you guys just a minute to tag a friend, share this. I'm going to adjust my camera. We're streaming right now on tons of platforms, including Instagram. And I need to check one more thing. So you guys add a friend, tag a friend, share this broadcast while I'm getting this camera all set up and ready to go. My other device went live before I was ready to be live. So here we are, hoping. How about that? That way you guys aren't looking at me in the wrong direction. Okay. Now, better, much better, much better. So today I want to talk to you guys about National Dream Day. We are super excited to be celebrating this day, not just today, but every day. And I'm going to give you some great resources that will really, really help you just to get your dreams up, to get your goals up, to be manifesting all the things that you want instead of manifesting all the things that you don't want. So let's talk about that. Why is it that some people get everything they want and other people, they struggle? They just barely get by. They're always waiting on Tuesday. They're always waiting on that next payday. They're always waiting for that next big sale. You know, once I get this person started, or once we get this new product, or once we get this new drop, or once I get my promotion, once I get a better contract, once I have another season, once I have this letter behind my name, once I get my next degree. You know, people are always waiting. And I want to tell you guys, you can tap into abundance like today. Every 6 seconds in America, a new millionaire is created. And when I heard that statistic, I was like, man, why not me? Why not like right freaking now? Like, why would I want to wait and procrastinate that? Right? So today I'm going to give you a few of my resources. Crazily enough, Dave and I were in the same mentoring program as everyone else in our company from 1996 until 2001. So it was mandatory. You had to get the monthly training. And it's illegal to do this in companies now. But back then, if you weren't on the training, you didn't get your paycheck. So let's say that Dave and I created $10,000 in sales and we were super stoked about the company, but we didn't get the monthly subscription. We didn't get on the training call. We didn't register. We didn't plug in. We didn't get paid. And so, you know, it was like forcing me into this mental treatment where I would literally be completely hypnotized to believe that I could be more successful than I had ever been in my life at a time when Dave and I were in a bankruptcy, cars repossessed. Yesterday, I actually saw the picture on my computer, and I should just bring it up right now on the live stream, but I don't want to mess up what I got going. It was Dave sitting at a picnic table, and it was him, his friend Danny, his brother, and his friend David, and everyone had on a Barney birthday hat. True story. All sitting at this picnic table in one of our first houses. And it was just minutes before the chief of police and what is today our city manager came and knocked on the gate. You know, birthday candles ready, Barney cake ready, 1-year-old and a new baby. Brooklyn was actually turning 2. Chance was about, 7 or 8 months. I will never forget that day because Dave was like, hey, did my wife invite you to the birthday party? He's like, no, Dave, you need to come with me. You're under arrest for a $7.25 check at Bogart's grocery store, which was, by the way, 1 block from my house. And some of our high school friends were in management that allowed this to even happen. And so I remember that day, when you say like, what was the day that you literally hit rock bottom? When you go through a bankruptcy and then you get arrested on your little girl's birthday in front of all of your peers and family, you might rethink your situation and your future. And for some of you, you have not had enough adversity yet to really like smack you out of your rut. The only difference in a rut and a grave is that one has a lid on it and the other one is someone that's just navigating through life. They just wake up, they have their habits, they sit in front of the TV, they scroll on Facebook, they fall asleep, they wake up the next morning, they brush their teeth, they take their shower, they scroll on Facebook, they go to work, They eat 3 meals. They go back to the couch. They sit down. Some bitch, moan, complain, and share it with someone else. Wake up the next day, brush their teeth, take a shower, eat their breakfast, go to work, come home for lunch, go to work, come home for supper, sit on the couch, scroll, bitch, complain, repeat, repeat, repeat. And you guys, that's the rut that's actually as bad as the grave, because here we're gifted every single day, like 24 hours in every single day, 60 minutes in every single hour, 24 hours in all these minutes, and then another 60 seconds in every minute, but we're just letting time pass. And we have this date one day on this stone that sits above this body that we were in, that we're no longer in. And the stone says, Barb Pitcock was born on March 13th of 1971. And someday it's going to say, Barb Pitcock died on such and such date. And then it's going to have this bio, right? Like when you look at your Instagram bio, your Facebook bio, right now I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, my author page, our coaching page, my business page. Like I'm trying to be everywhere with this message, because here's the reality. The day you were born and the day you die is a big day, but the most important is this day in the middle. And if you think about dreams and it being National Dream Day, you guys, we're all living the national nightmare. It's not a dream. The only difference in you and the guy that's in prison is that he gets his meals for free. He gets all of his health care for free, and he doesn't have to wake up and go to work. But you know what the difference in him and you? Someone's telling you when you can get up. Someone's telling you how late you can stay up. Someone's telling you what neighborhood you live, where you're going to travel, where your kids are going to go to college. If someone in your family needs urgent care, can you give them the best care, or do you have to settle for whatever's state funded? Like, you pick what you're going to put in your body. Is it going to be organic? Is it going to be good food? Is it going to be healthy nutrition? Or are you going to get the value meal at McDonald's because you're budgeting in an economy that is worse than it's ever been, and people's funds are low and their debts are high and their worries are many, and we are all driven 100% every single day by nothing except for fear. Fear, 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 fear. What if I don't recover from this? What if I never get better? What if I don't get more money? What if we had another baby and it was even worse? Like, what if I don't get a house that I can get qualified for? What if people don't approve of what I'm doing? You know, people's needs, you guys, that steal their dreams are needing to be accepted, needing to be loved, needing everyone else's approval, needing people to not know that you have any troubles or struggles. Like, everyone is so freaking fake. I posted a picture yesterday, I think, of Dave and I in Mexico. And, you know, we were in Mexico 2 weeks ago, got to meet our daughter, looked forward to it for a very long time, got to film and take thousands of pictures and videos. There were whales out in the bay, most beautiful place I've ever been, most broken I've ever been, ever, in a 4-day period, ever, ever, ever. Like, literally, like acid coming up, stomach in a knot, knees calloused from praying when everyone thought I was just going to the room to change, crying my eyes out, putting on a smile. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm good. Life's going to be great. Living our best life. And you guys, the reality is that's resilience. You know, resilience means I still showed up. I didn't go curl up in the fetal position. I didn't go give up and say, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. Somehow, by the grace of God, on my dream board, the very thing that's happening right now is happening because of something that was not necessarily what I saw as favor. And when you put your dreams on the board and you develop a burning desire for this, you guys, I want you to know that it's not going to be easy. You're going to have some setbacks. It's going to be scary. It is going to be so scary. You're going to have to look fear in the face. You're going to have to take a risk, and you're going to have to decide, are you going to have the pain of discipline, or you're going to have the pain of regret? Because going back to what's comfortable is always going to be our human retreat. Me and Dave, at the time of our bankruptcy, going back to what's comfortable would have been easiest. Dave could have went back to plowing fiber optic cable, waking up Monday at 5, leaving in a paid-for company truck. We had all the benefits. We had the health insurance. 1 baby, 2 baby, didn't even know baby 3 was on the way. Here's the reality. Dave would call me from a hotel room with a bunch of guys. The environment was work 9 to 5 or 6, go to the room, grab a case of beer, Everyone's there batching it, which is no big deal. These were great guys. Dave loved these guys. They're like brothers to him. But the environment was party, you know, bitch about your wife, bitch about your income, gripe about your boss. Like that's just what construction crews do. You know, all of the stress of it was I was at home. Hey, she rolled over today. You know, hey, she's got a fever. I'm going to my mom's. And Dave was not there with me. And one day we drew a line in the sand and said, hey, this is not our values. This is not the life we want. What are we going to do? And I will never forget it. Dave was like, well, I mean, I almost have my degree. My mom wants me to work at the hospital. Okay, you guys, listen. Dave's mom was married later to the administrator of the hospital. She was the head of the administrative office. Her best friends were the doctors, the nurses, and all of the employees. She got their insurance for them. She wrote their paychecks. She hired them. She fired them. And she even did their evaluations. Like this woman was later had a master's degree in counseling. She was a brain. And her values were, you should be smart, you know, because she was a single mom that one day woke up with $7 an hour, 2 boys, and a husband that was struggling with addiction at the time. He is completely sober over 20 years. Thank goodness. Our grandpa John is an incredible pillar of, you know, if he can do it, anybody can do it. But that's part of Dave's story, is that his mom, you know, was this single mom, and she learned to be strong with resilience. And her dream was just to be a mom. That's really all she ever wanted to be. And she was a yellow personality. So her dream was be the best grandma, be at every event, help people. She didn't care about selling any product we ever sold. She gave them all away, nurture the people, love the people, you know, be there to applaud the people. She was the perfect person to be at the front desk of every convention we ever ran. If 500 people came on a cruise, she made sure they all had the right cabin. They got their towel, they got their award. She was the hug, you know, welcome committee. And, you know, that was her dream. Now, although I love helping people, and although I want to hug you, I want to make money, and I want to make a huge impact, and I want to leave a massive empire, and I want to be in control of my own dreams and goals. You know, she loved to come to work for us every day, 9 to 5. There's no place she would have rather been than next to her son in business. She did not care about being the owner of a business. She didn't care about her investments. She didn't care about being self-employed. Her number one value was, I'm a mom. This is my family. Now, that is my number one value too, but I have others. And so when you think of it being National Dream Day and you say, like, what is it that is most important to me? I want to make an impact. I want to contribute. The last thing on my list, and you guys might laugh, but the last thing probably at the bottom that I care about is having a degree, having letters behind my name, having anyone think that I am an honor student, and sitting in a class getting tested for some score. Oh my God, that, like, I would rather have a root canal with no deadening than have to sit and take an ACT test, or have to be in a class with someone that was telling me what my degree was. Like, it's just not in my DNA. So when you look at me and you look at you, and we talk about it being National Dream Day, let's put aside what everyone else wants you to do. I don't care what your dad did. I don't care what your mom did. I don't care if they worked in a hospital. They're a doctor, an accountant, an investor. They're a sports phenomena. I don't care what they were. Let's talk about you, because it's your National Dream Day, not everybody else's dream, right? So you got to say to yourself, what's the most important thing to me? Now, we all have our beginning and our end, but this dash in the middle, what happened to you between the time you were born and you were maybe 5 or 6 years old, created a lot of your beliefs. So you might believe, I'm not worthy. I can't do that. That's only for the lucky people. I don't need a lot of money. I should always live in the hood. You know, I do need to go to school. If I don't go to school and get good grades, I'm not going to be loved and accepted. You know, my parents never really even knew what my grades were. They were workaholics. Like, maybe if I was failing, they might know. My mom would be like, you have 18 absences and I got a letter. If you have 2 more, you're going to fail. I'd be like, oh crap, I can't skip school anymore. I mean, true story. My mom was not engaged. My mom was working. My mom was grinding. I, at a very young age of about 12, lost my grandmother, who was kind of our caregiver. And my sister Lori and I, who had her birthday yesterday, we're 3 years apart. We were the mom of the household. So at the time, I hated my mom. I never wanted to have kids ever, ever again, because kids meant no freedom, not being able to go with my friends, not being able to be at the ball game, not being at the swimming pool, not having the cute little swimsuit and laying out with all the girls with baby oil on them. No, I was making sure that Mark didn't drown in the shallow. And if I did go talk to my friends, then the lifeguard would be blowing a whistle like, hey, your little brother just fell in the pool. Like, true story. We were at the Elks pool, a country club pool where all the uppity kids go. And my mom and dad actually cleaned the Elks. Like, that was one of their cleaning contracts. So we weren't like uppity, but because they were the maintenance janitor of the place, I got to go with the rich kids to this membership pool. And you guys, I still remember this responsibility being so heavy at such a young age. And I hated it. But I'll tell you something, the day that my dad left, and the day that my mom was sitting in the rocking chair crying, and my little brother was standing at the screen door saying, Dada, and he was a little bit younger than Lola, my granddaughter, I learned a very valuable lesson. My mom was doing what she had to do to survive, not to thrive, to survive. And today, that very lesson of being a single mom, just like Dave's mom, gave her a dream to be so freaking independent, to be so made. This woman, she doesn't stop. It's like she's obsessed with the next thing that she can own and buy and build. I mean, she's got cattle, a car wash, a dog wash, an ice machine, a laundromat, a campground, about 90 rentals. Like, this is a single mom that lost her house on the courthouse steps and drew a line in the sand with no college education and said, I'm about to be a boss and I'm never going to be in this situation again. And I am begging you to just look in the mirror and say, when you're going to draw a line in the sand, because people have this victim mentality that they can't dream because of where they were born, how they were raised, who their parents are. Like, your bloodline has nothing to do with your success. We are all from a championship bloodline. I mean, my birthday is in 2 days. My mother is my mother. My father is my father, but they have zero to do with my destiny, because my championship bloodline is just a one-way street. And I have an audience of one, and I do not need to be accepted by anyone else. I do not need to be applauded by anyone else. I would actually rather stand out than fit in. And I'm not looking for any recognition. Here's what I'm looking for. At the end of this life, I will have zero regrets. And I want you to look at your day every single day and say, do I have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? At the end of this life, when there is a date after the dash, am I going to say, dude, I did it all? Or am I going to be like, I wish I would have done things differently? And you guys, change sucks. It's not my favorite thing. When you get off course and you know that you're not on course to your goals and your dreams and your destiny, and you feel it, your inner self is like, this is not good. You should listen to that. You should listen to that, because that's God. Like, you can ignore it all you want, but that's God. And we keep ignoring it, and we keep not doing what he's telling us to do because it's uncomfortable. And I'm here to tell you, the minute that I started listening to that intuition and just acting on it, sometimes even my own kids will be like, Mom, please don't do that. Oh my God, you're giving me anxiety. Good. Because you know what, you guys, anything worth doing really, really big is going to involve a risk. It's going to involve getting out of your comfort zone. It's going to involve a little extra, or you're just going to be ordinary. You're either going to be ordinary or you're going to be extraordinary. And if you're going to be extraordinary, you're not going to be able to sit there and be like, oh, I hope we don't fail at this. Oh, this is going to be scary. What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? What if it does work? And what if you could get this massive dream to say, I'm doing it no matter what, and you just took a leap of faith? What would happen? Worst case scenario, your status would read, I'm so proud of myself. I took a leap of faith. I failed freaking miserably, but this is what I learned. And I'm so glad I at least tried it, and I didn't take that dream to my grave. Like, I would rather try it and fail than never try it at all, because I'm not going to end this life saying, Dave, I wish we would have tried that. Now, my dreams, and I'm going to encourage you to get your own dreams, are so big, I wish I had more lifetimes to live them. Now, I lead an incredibly huge team, tens of thousands of people. I have a lot of people depending on me for leadership, right? But the last thing I'm ever going to do is lead people in a direction that I do not believe is the best direction for them. So sometimes I'm incredibly authentic and people are like, I can't even believe you just said that. But I can't lie. I cannot just sit here and be a little puppet and not tell the truth about how I feel. So I have been on this journey ever since Dave's mom passed away. And it really is National Dream Day every single day, because I am thinking to myself, wow, that went fast. I mean, sick on the 1st and a funeral 6 weeks later, gone on the 17th. Like, who knew? Like, we were planning to go to Alcatraz. Like, we wanted to go see Celine Dion. Like, we were just talking about maybe getting houses all together at the lake. Like, what just happened? And you guys, that's happening every day to people. So many people, so many young people right now, because there is a situation in America where people have stopped dreaming. And let me tell you what happens when people stop dreaming. They self-medicate, they self-sabotage, they become very isolated, they stop taking a risk. They look at themselves and say, what is wrong with me? You know, comparing themselves to everyone else that's out there killing it. And if you listen to this and you practice not having any negative thoughts and you really think, like, what is God trying to tell me? That uncomfortable is him trying to move you towards your purpose, trying to move you towards your passion, trying to move you to where you say, wow, I'm so grateful that that bad stuff happened to me, because now I know. Now I have the strength. Now I have the knowledge. Now I have the confidence. Now I have this burning desire. And you know, you guys, I'm not the most competitive. I do win a lot in life. I pray a lot, but I stay so humble. I'm not the most competitive. I don't need to be the one with the title and the letters behind my name. In fact, I prefer to not be, oh my gosh, it's Barb Pitcock. Like, that is not my goal. I love building teams that are so strong that I can bring them up in the spotlight. And the team is so strong, like, nobody knows who's leading the team. Like, right now, our family has this project that we're working on, and we all own retail stores, and we have incredible products. And we started the January calling it Project 2023. And the crazy thing is, I look at our family team members, whether it's who's going to go do the show, or who's going to create the brand, or who's working on the website, or who's creating the next product, or who's working on the website, or maybe I already said that, or, you know, who founded the packaging? Is it going to be this or that or whatever it is? And, you know, it's funny because my sister is not on payroll, but she sends me today new product idea, and it would go crazy in our stores. And it's crazy because we were just thinking about this on the dream board like 2 weeks ago. Not my son or my daughters, but one of their significant others was like, wouldn't this be cool? And you know what's weird? It's her passion, but not necessarily the rest of them. But all of a sudden, it's something that explodes, you know, on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And so this mastermind group that you pull together is not just you on the dream board, but who you surround yourself with. So I started out this call talking about the birthday party with all the guys on the construction crew. Now, the guy on the construction crew that makes the most money was the nephew of the owner of the utilities company. And he's probably always going to make the most money, probably going to inherit it someday, right? But you know that the highest you're ever going to get is that, right? So you look at that life, you look at that lifestyle, you look at the house, the car, the marriage, the relationships, and you say, is that really what I want? And if it's not, you run. You run towards your dreams and your goals, and you say, how do I get to what I want, right? You got to think about your environment and ask yourself these two questions. I had an aha moment this week when I was counseling someone I love as much as myself, literally. I said, does your dream grow when you're with these people that you hang out with, or do they drain you? Now, this is a really big question, because Everybody can do a seminar on dreams and goals, but let's talk about you protecting. Let me be the protector of your dream for 1 minute. Whatever it is that you want. When you hang around these people that are like, they've always been my friends. It's my brother, it's my sister, it's my homie, it's my friend. It's, the person that always comes by when I get back to town on Friday or Saturday or middle of the night or noon. Like, think about these people and ask yourself and be honest. You can still love these people, but let's be honest about protecting your energy and your dream. Does your dream grow when you're around them, or do they drain you? And it might be somebody you love, like it might be a parent, a sister, a brother, or something. And you can still love them, but you've got to protect your energy. Because just as the wrong people will pull you down, the right people will push you up. Let me repeat that. Just like the wrong people will pull you down, the exact right people will push you up. Okay, do you need to hear that again? Do the people that you're around, do they make you dream bigger when you're around them, or do they drain you? And the second part of that, just as the wrong people will pull you down, getting around the right people will push you up. When you think about that, how do you get around those people? Some people are like, well, Barb, you know all these people that are successful. I don't. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Whether you're a realtor, a broker, you're in direct sales, you sell essential oils and CBD like we do. Maybe you are a person that owns a salon, maybe a dance school, maybe you want to open a dog grooming business. Maybe you want to be the person that comes around with the IVs. That's a big thing right now. You're like the traveling guy with IVs. Like we did this last week in Arizona. Come to the house, hook me up. The guy leaves with $1,000. Like, boom. It is a big thing. How did he ever do that? This guy was an employee that Chance and I are good friends with that was working at a hospital. And one day he broke out of the letters behind his name and said, I want to be an entrepreneur. He sent me messages this week about opening sober home living. He sent me messages about a house in Arizona. Buy a 10-bedroom house, 10 bedrooms in it, make the mortgage. It's assisted living, $6,000 to $8,000 a month for these people. They don't care. All the homes are full. They need a place for their loved one. Now, you guys, would you rather live in a mansion and be all that? Like, look at my pad, look at my crib. I'm rich. Everybody look at me. Like that makes me want to gag on a maggot. Or would you want to be like, I can go travel with my grandkids because I have 2 of these homes that make $60,000 a month. And they're in nice neighborhoods. I own the real estate. I have people in them. $60,000 a month is coming in. I'm making the mortgage for $8,000 or $10,000 a month, and you split with the people that are partners. Like, that is a no-brainer. And this guy that I look up to so much, I'm not going to say his name. It's his business, but like he just broke out one day. Like, I am enough. I have enough. I can be bigger. I can do better. Like, I don't want to work for someone else to get their dreams and goals. I'm going to get my own. I'm going to take my family to Disney. I'm going to take my family on a cruise. And when you have enough properties that you're cash flowing on like that, you can pay cash for the crib of your dreams. But people are living a lifestyle they can't even afford. This is the definition of status. If you've read my book, No Guts, No Story, I don't even know where it is. Here's my definition in there. When you spend money you don't have to buy things that you can't afford and you don't need, to impress people that you don't like, and they don't care anyway. Status is that. And some of you got a bad case of it. Status is when you spend money you don't have to buy things that you don't need to impress people that you don't like, who don't care anyway. And at night when you go to sleep and you can't sleep because the debts are high and the funds are low and you're like, why did I put all that on my credit card? Sometimes you got to ask yourself, why did you put all that on your credit card? You get your needs met. That's why. All of us get our needs met. We need to feel accepted. We need to be loved. We need to feel significant. I am the guy that pulls up on the golf course in the red Ferrari. Like, that is some people. And thank God for those people. They're the top producers in my company. I'm not talking bad about them. Like, everyone needs that red personality that's always going to be competing, always going to be the best, always going to have the nicest car. Like that's what drives them. My mentor, a car wasn't enough for him. He needed a private jet. He wanted to fly that thing right in on the runway, have me pick him up to speak at our event, film it, video it, put it on the big screen. He was like, that's what people need. And you guys, I really believe right now, as far as the dream national holiday, people need hope, not hype. Like people need hope, not hype. And the reason why people need hope and not hype is because when you're doing good and you're showing all your stuff and someone's struggling, they can't relate to you. They actually hate you. They hate you because they're jealous. They're envious. They're like, she got lucky. Everything she touches turns to gold. She says, think positive. I'd be positive too if my bank account was like hers. You guys, I've been positive when my heart was broken. I've been positive when my accounts were negative. I've been positive when I've lost everything because I know that energy is everything and everything is energy. And if I have hope, hype goes away. Hype goes away so quickly. You know, come join our team. You're going to make all this money. I'll give you this power leg. You know, I have had so many people hype me in the last 2 weeks. When I stepped down as the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, I did it for my own personal reasons, my own intuition, my own heart, my own dreams, my own health, my own sanity, my own what was on the dream board. And what was on the dream board for me was not feeling the way that I felt as the CEO of a company. It doesn't mean I failed. It doesn't mean that I'm not qualified. It doesn't mean that I won't miss the money because it was a lot of money. But here's the thing. I'm not going to sell my how I feel, how I wake up, how I go to bed, how I live the rest of my life based on a salary or a paycheck. Because you can always make more money and you can always find opportunity, but you're never going to get these days and nights back. You're never going to get this week back. I'm never going to get my 52nd birthday back. And on my 50th birthday, I'm going to wake up with people pulling me up, pushing me up, not tearing me down. I am going to wake up in an environment where my dream grows. It's not something that I feel like someone's sucking the life out of. I'm going to step into this year with abundance thinking, not scarcity thinking. I don't know what I'm going to do some days, right? I'm in a chapter where I would call it growth, absolute growth, absolute growth. When you're mourning the loss of your mother, like Dave is, she was my mom too. I mean, I was the only girl she ever had. She told me that all the time. Everything on the dream board changed. Everything on the dream board changed. Because now, like, why did I stay where I lived? A lot was because of her. Why did I wake up and do what I did every day? A lot was because of her. I was her ride. I was her food. I was her go mail my bills, take me to my doctor, like whatever. My dreams changed in an instant when that life event occurred. And I'll tell you something else that changed. My health changed in an instant because everything that I was carrying so well came crashing down. Everything. And at that point, I had to look in the mirror and not say, what's my team going to think? Oh my goodness. What will people think if I'm not the owner of the company? What will people say if I'm not a partner anymore? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen if we lose that many tens of thousands of dollars a month? What are we going to do? Here's the thing, you guys. When your dreams are big enough, the facts won't count. When your dream board and your vision is so clear, when the prize is in your camera and you got it dialed in, the price you pay is going to be easy. Was it scary? Hell yes, it was scary. It's still scary because people make assumptions and people think this and people think that, but nobody knows what goes on behind your closed doors. Nobody knows what you're going through. And let me tell you something else. Nobody cares either. So people that want to go air out all their bad laundry, one thing you're never going to catch me doing is talking bad about someone else or playing the victim card or trying to create division or hate or any of that. You know, I'm in a house right now being a caregiver again for my firstborn. I'm loving her. I'm encouraging her. I am spending every ounce of my being, Dave and I, with a dream board that says, hey, This is your future over here. It's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. This is the dream that you can have, that dream that God put in your heart, that dream that you are worthy of, that dream that was there because it's your destiny. And here's the crossroads, guys. Here's the crossroads. Do you want to take this route or do you want to take that route? Is it going to be scary? Heck yes. Is it going to be hard? Heck yes. Are you going to cry? Probably are. Are you going to need prayer? Every single day. But when your dream is big enough, none of the facts count because you're focused and beginning with the end in mind. And you guys, Dave and I are stepping into this 52 year of my life with dreams that are so big, I really need 2 lifetimes to live them all. My daughter said today, Mom, please do not buy that place with 32 rooms in it yet. Please calm down and just take a minute and let's finish up before we start. And, I was listening to Robert at the 10X Growth Climb. When you listen to people like Grant Cardone or Robert from Shark Tank, this is what he said. He said, fire, aim, ready. And I was like, yes, that is so us. And, Les Brown always says, leap and the net will appear. And I remember I was sitting up in the nosebleed section and his talk was about dreams. And he said, some of you are like, yeah, leap and the net will appear. Hey, Les, I'm down here on the sidewalk. I'm literally splat. Like the net did not appear. But you guys, you got to take the leap. You got to get your dreams out there to where they pull you. And the minute that you say, I want a new black Escalade, you're going to pass 10 of them on the road today. The minute that you say, we should get one of those Broncos. Those Broncos are kind of sporty and fun. Pretty soon, there's a Bronco on every corner, exactly the color you want to. I wish a Bronco or an Escalade excited me. It doesn't. I want 100 acres and a ranch to bring families back together. I want the old rest home here in town that has 32 rooms with beds, bathroom, and a big conference center where a speaker could come that's been in prison, that's been strung out, that's been a heroin addict or fentanyl overdose. Like, I literally want to fund this thing. Now, let me tell you, it's not what I want to do every day. What I want to do every day is play with my kids, travel, have fun, not have to look at the price tag. After being in Mexico with Callie, I said, we're going to come back under different conditions and we're going to go see the whales. Maybe someone in my family will get married there. We're going to Hawaii in July. I love that. That's what I want to do with my every single day. These other things, you guys, are your dream passion projects. What could you get so passionate about that you would work? You would do the grind to be able to say, I funded that. Put the big bill in the plate at church when it comes by and not have to be recognized for it. Leave the waitress a tip for $100 when your whole meal was only $45, right? Pay for the kid to go to the football or basketball camp. Send the new cleats on Amazon and let them arrive at the door. And nobody knows who bought the little boy new cleats. And you're watching how his family can't afford and every other kid has great cleats and he doesn't. Like, you guys, you got to find your passion, your purpose, like that project on your dream board. And then you got to find your selfish stuff. Like, what's selfish for me? Selfish for me would be a lake home with a pool that was a disappearing pool that went into the lake. And it had like that ledge. Like, I want this big, massive pool so that all of my team can come. I want my own private dock, not a shared dock. I want like 4 jet skis instead of 2. And the funny thing is, I don't even really like to jet ski and I don't even usually swim. I love to entertain. I love to entertain. And the one thing I love about the industry I'm in is building people. Because when I build people and I build their dream, it helps them see that they too can have that. And honestly, when Dave and I are sitting here at this lake house and it's just me and Dave, and it's always just me and Dave because we don't have a lot of friends that are completely free and our family's all workaholics, I think we don't really need this big lake house. We don't really need 22 acres in Kansas. We don't really need a 40 by 20 L-shaped pool with a hot tub. We don't really need any of this. It's just me and you. Like, let's just go have fun. We could go back to Germany with Callie and Darian and visit Paris. But then there's this unselfish side of me that says, I want to host the baby shower. Like, I want to host Christmas. I want to cook for everyone. I want to have all of my team come. Why? Because my value that I have discovered, it's not about me. It's about all of you. And I love coaching. I love building people. I love inspiring. I love pouring out from experience, from pain and hurt and heartbreak to victory and triumph and just being a champion. Like, I just love helping people be a champion. So going through Nana Cindy's stuff, they've brought a lot of it here to the lake. I have her library, which is my most prized possession. I pulled out a few books. And I told you at the beginning, we were all on the same training system. And if we weren't on the training system, we didn't get paid. So she got every book that I got, which is really cool because I have a massive library, like probably 25, 30,000 books, not even kidding. At home, my house has a full room, that's bookshelf all the way around. And then our attic is the same square footage as our house. And one whole hallway and wall of this attic where nobody even goes is just books in storage. But the thing I love about them the most is when they're written in the front of. And Brooklyn brought several of them here and said, did you read Nana's journal? Did you read what you wrote here? Did you read what you wrote there? And it was funny, you guys, because this one was at Nana's house. It was footprints. I don't know why she had it at her house. When you open it up, it has a letter to me from Jeremy and Sarah Pease, a couple that I helped get $10,000 a month, $8,000, $6,000. It varied, but some really good checks. Thank you so much for everything you do for others and your team. Words can never express how much we love and appreciate you. You are both such a blessing in our lives. Like, Nana had this. It's a long letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you guys, the thank you notes, my dream is to take all the letters I have like this from people and make it a decoupage wall in my bathroom of my office. Like, you walk in the bathroom, you go in there to do your business, whatever, you just sit there and you just get inspired because there's just person after person after person after person. Like, at the end of my dash, I hope you got to get Arrowhead Stadium. Like, I hope you can't fit the people that I poured into. And I hope that all of those people go hug my little great grandkids and say, man, your grandma literally changed my life. So once I figured out that that was my real purpose, I changed my direction. I changed my thinking. I changed my circle. I changed my dream board. I changed my habits every single day. First of all, I got to get healthier. You guys see this waistline coming on? You can't see it because it's all black, but Dave and I are making some big changes. Not only did I have to change my health, I had to change my mindset. I had to release and detach from all negative thoughts. Just take them, put them over there on a shelf. This is my past. I used to attack bad. I used to attract people that would do me wrong. I used to be the victim. I used to always get in relationships with narcissistic, abusive people. Like, I even bought a house for a guy that was in foreclosure because I felt sorry for him and I never knew the guy. And then I had like crazy, horrible trauma. It's a true story. I have bought cars and houses and things for people that I didn't need recognized for it. I just wanted to help them, right? And then like I would get nothing back. Nothing. I mean, I got a friendship there, right? But sometimes an abusive friendship. I got, they know I'm good for it. Like, hey, Barb helped me. She bailed me out. She did this or that. But sometimes those are the very people that will just switch and call you a word that you've never been called in your life. And, I have learned what my strengths are and I've learned what my weaknesses are. And my new thing in 2023 is boundaries. It's boundaries. Like, you're not coming in my space. So what I did this week to protect my dreams is I went on Facebook and I blocked all the people, completely blocked. I didn't just mute them. I blocked. If I see your face and it triggers me, like pain, past, whatever it is, then I don't want to see your face, right? I literally sent a blanket to be made as a gift. And there was something on one of the shirts that would be like a trigger to our whole entire family. And I literally told Lynn making the blanket, cut that out, cut that part out of the shirt. I don't want to have that on the shirt. Please take that word out. And it's because you've got to protect your own dreams and your own mindset. You've got to protect who you're hanging around, what they're doing to you, what you see. And Facebook and social media is a trigger for so many people because you think you got to keep up with them. Like, you do something, then they go do it. And it looks so stupid, but it still bothers you, right? You post something, they think it's about them. Then they got to post something. Like, nobody has time for that when they're making millions. Nobody has time for that when they're building an empire. I'm not going to buy a 32-room house and save people's lives and change people's lives if I'm having conversations about shit that doesn't matter, that is nowhere on my dream board. In fact, it's in my past, and those people aren't even a part of my future. So you've got to do the same thing. Get your dream and say, what is it that I really want? Not just what I want, but what I really, 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 really want. And I have a little exercise, and this is a PDF that can help you, but it's words. And I will post this. I took a picture of it with my phone. It's words. Can you guys see that? I'm on too many devices. And these are some of the words. I want you to pick. I did this in our free seminar. In fact, go grab the free seminar that Dave and I did. It's an all-day Saturday. You go to daveandbarb.com. DAVEAND Barb. What? David and Barb. Listen to him. See, there's my detail guy. David, DAVID and Barb.com. Somebody drop it in the comments. So there's a link, davidandbarb.com. And you can get the full seminar, but these are a few of the words. Should have brought my glasses. So freedom, love, excitement, security, health, passion, honesty, integrity, making a difference, intelligence, being the best. Now, for some people, you just want to be the best. Don't worry about anything else. You just want to be the best. That's your DNA. Don't apologize for that. You need to be unapologetically you, because we need you to be that person, right? Adventurous, happiness, courage, learning, growing, creativity, resourcefulness, power, family connection, respect. Some people, they need respect. Like, they get really upset if someone disrespects them. And me, I don't care. I was disrespected most of my life. So it like drives me, like, disrespect me. That'll be good. Let's see how that turns out. You will choke on your words. It's just, we're all wired differently. I don't take any of that personally, right? Support, challenge, beauty, humor, independence. That was Dave's mom and my mom, 100%. Confidence, fulfillment, self-expression, communication, emotional connection. Now, for me, I do need that. I do need love. I do need to be emotionally connected. Acceptance, I used to want to be accepted, not so much anymore. But some of you are making crazy decisions, doing things that you knew you shouldn't have done. You just want to be accepted by your friends. Like, when is it going to be about you and not about them? You don't need friends like that. You don't need friends like that. I'll be your friend. Let me push you up instead of you letting them pull you down. And the last two are a spiritual connection, which is so very important to me, and acknowledgement. And so there's tons of them. I'm going to post this, but you're going to figure out what is it that makes you tick. Because if you're doing something on the daily that you're getting paid for, but it doesn't go along with your values, you're going to have a lot of money. You're going to be really, really miserable. And I've been there. You got to walk away from the money, walk away from the pain, walk away from the degree that you hate, walk away from whatever is not serving you, and trust and have faith, leap, and then it will appear that you're going to step into abundance. See, abundance is everywhere. There's plenty of it. This is a really old book, but if you guys ever find it on Amazon or somewhere, I only have 2 or 3 copies and I hold tight to them. Kevin Trudeau sent me that when I was just a young girl. And this one is so good. You don't need to be the CEO. You don't need to be the MD, the PhD, whatever it is. You need to be you incorporated. You incorporated. The CEO of your life, your finances, your dreams, your goals, the inheritance you're going to leave. Don't let other people boss you around and tell you what to do. Like, quit being a wimp. Just get your dreams on the board and say, I'm going to have a dream home. I'm going to have my dream car. I'm going to have a charity that I start. I'm going to write a book. You guys want to write a book? Hit me up. We will have your book done in 6 weeks, I promise. I can just help you. You can just record it. We'll have this put right into print, and you can be on Amazon. You want to invent your own product? Call me. I'll help you invent your own product. You want to create your own logo and your own branding? Call me. I got a company right under our roof. They do that for people too. Let's see, what else? You want to be really good on the internet? You want to do internet sales? Let's build you a website. You can do Shopify. What else? You want to have a coaching business? I can hook you up with the people that have, you want to do real estate? Let's do real estate. That's my jam. I love real estate, right? It is the number one way for you to build wealth because it's never going to go away and there's going to be less and less of it. But how do you create the income to get to that? And that's why I have so many people on my team with a residual check, whether it's 300 or 500 or 700, you guys, it's just as easy for you to get a product in someone's hands and they share with someone. You know, my daughter was like, Mom, why are you putting so much of this on me? It was like sticking in her hair and I'm like patching her all up. And she's looking at me like, Mom, what? I'm like, just trust me on this. It works. When people see a product work, what happens is they can't help but tell other people about it. They don't have to be Spamela Anderson, spamming all the people in the inbox. Hey, just got this new company. Check out my link. Like, you guys, the days of that are gone. Nobody wants to go check out your link. People love to buy. They hate to be sold. So if you want to make a residual income, let me help you with attraction marketing. If you want to have your own personal brand, let me help you. I know how to do this. I don't spend all of my time training about it. I don't spend all my time teaching about it. Here's another thing. How many of you want to get out of debt? I can show you how to write down on paper. Remember, I wanted to be completely debt-free by my 50th birthday. So I was like, Dave, we're going to do it. And the minute that it was happening, I was like, we should buy all this real estate, because there's a difference in bad debt and good debt. See, if you have debt, but it's cash flowing, I mean, that's a money-making magnet, right? So sometimes what we think is bad is not always bad. Until I was hanging around Grant Cardone, who had done like $74 million that year, I didn't really think about that. Until I was sitting at a table with a billionaire that said, why wouldn't we just get the patent on that and just lock that up? Why wouldn't we just do that? I didn't think with a vision like that. When I met the founder of Fiji Water and I sat at the dinner table with him, everyone else was eating. I was asking him, what do you like? What do you do? I like to play with my dog. My wife and I go walk through some museums. We love to golf. Like, what are your daily habits? Oh, I make sure I have this in my diet, that in my diet. I move. I make sure I'm moving around. I remember I asked him, do you want to go Facebook Live? And he goes, what's Facebook? But he was a billionaire. Why would I want to go on there? You know, he didn't understand. He didn't understand. You can do it your own way. You don't have to do it everybody else's way. I remember one day I was with Callie in LA and I was sitting in a little deli and there was bodyguards all around this guy. And he was actually the bartender in the movie The Shining. And I sat and ate breakfast with him. And he was at the end of his life. He was 92. And he said, my kids are all coming. We're having an auction this week. I have an old teak table. One of them wants that. I have an old bookcase. One of them wants that. I said, why are you selling all that? He said, I'm going to go to assisted living. He said, I don't want to be a burden on my kids. He said, I've lived a great life. I said, could we do a Facebook Live? And he looked at me and said, what do you mean a Facebook Live? He didn't know what Facebook Live was. You guys, here's the thing. Technology changes. There's new ways that we can market, and you got to pivot, because what worked when The Shining was big, everybody going to the box office movie or Blockbuster, doesn't work today. People are going to download it. They're going to stream it. It's quicker. They don't even have to go pay $40 for popcorn and food. They can do it from the comfort of their home. And it's simpler for a millionaire to happen every 6 seconds now, because everybody has what they need. You just pull out your phone, you download the app, and you start engaging. But people are afraid. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone. This is the way I've always done it. This is the way it's always going to be. I went to school for this. I got a great job here, but you're on medication because of your job. Like, you're going to a counselor because of the people you work with. Like, you're overweight because of the stress. Like, you can't get healthy because of the paycheck. Like, think about the price that you're paying and ask yourself, if it's National Dream Day, it's the size of your dream that's going to propel you. If it's National Dream Day, let's celebrate and actually dream with our eyes wide open. Like, let's get a piece of paper out today. It's National Dream Day. My first thing on here was to bring back my nonprofit that I had always. I paused it when we merged our company in 2012. It was my everything. I spoke in schools all over. I'll never forget being at a little school in Cunningham, Kansas, telling my story. of losing my virginity at the age of 12 and being so broken and labeled and sad. And I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And all these little girls in the middle school were like, and I think the teachers were like, did she mean 22 or 12? And I literally was transparently sharing my struggle. And these girls are still my friends today on Facebook. One of them messaged me this week. One of them tried to take her life the day that Dave and I were in Mexico, the same day that my daughter ended up in an ambulance and I got a traumatic call. And you know, the little girl said, I didn't know who else to call, but it's 4 a.m. and I was thinking maybe you were awake. And Dave was crying and I was crying. How did that happen, you guys? Because my dream, my values, my reason is to help other people and share and coach and train and speak. And I've spent the last 4 years not doing any of that. I've just been operating for a really big paycheck. I helped a lot of people, don't get me wrong. I sold a lot of product, don't get me wrong. And I hit the stage once a year and it was awesome. I love being on stage. Like the Holy Spirit just comes over me and it all just comes out. That's my happy place. But honestly, I wasn't really living. I was just surviving, just going through the motions. And I think I said it in November and again in December and again in January, but like, get ready, guys, because I don't know how big this is going to get. Like, I'm going to make a humongous splash in 2023. Like, so big, it's going to be jaw-dropping. Like, people are going to be like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And I want you all to be a part of this energy because energy is everything and everything is energy. And when we're in a mastermind, we're all hanging out together and we're moving and we're keeping on moving and there's enthusiasm and there's excitement and it's like something in motion. You want to get around that. Like when you're on fire, people will come from miles around to watch you burn. And that magnetic energy rubs off on you. And all of a sudden you're like, maybe I could, maybe I should, maybe I will. Hell, I think I'm going to do it. And you guys, I hope I inspire you that way. I want you to take out a sheet of paper today. And your assignment is you write down on this sheet of paper everything that you would do if money was no object. And you can't stop till you have at least 50 things. And then by tonight, hopefully you have 50. I want you to send me a screenshot of your 50, and I'm going to send you a very special gift. In fact, I'm going to send you an invitation to be in a mastermind group. And this is a test because I'm not trying to attract the weak. I want people that are hungry. I want people that want more. They want to be more. They want to do more. They want to have more, and they're ready. And if that's you, you do this exercise. You DM, message me a picture of your 50, and I'm going to send you a free gift and an invitation to a group. Now, what we're going to do, we're all going to be on this 12-week journey, and we're going to start a 90-day run on my birthday. So I'll be putting that out there on my birthday, but I want to end with this little caption from my favorite book. This is my all-time favorite read because some of you are left brain, some of you are right brain. If you're really smart and you're analytical, you're going to like one side of the book. And if you're not that smart and I'm going to quit saying that I'm not that smart because I'm freaking brilliant. But the thing about it is one side is for the analytical and one side is the story. So this is the visual learner and this is the hands-on learner. So even like the Rocky story is in here. So many great stories, but this is my absolute favorite story. It's a girl whose back's against the wall. She's a couch surfer. She doesn't even have a house anymore. She lost her kids. She lost her car. She lost her job. She lost her husband. She's at the worst point in her life. And she doesn't think she can ever get it back. And she feels like I should just give up. Like, how will I ever get out after I'm this low? And she's bussing tables at the Holiday Inn. And there's a speaker on stage. And the speaker is this beautiful Black woman with this big turban on her head and all these bright colors like you see in the Ebony magazine. She's dressed to the nines. She's driving a Mercedes. And here's this girl that's like dirty hair, needs to go to the dentist, doesn't have any tip money, bussing tables, sleeping on a friend's couch, trying to get an attorney to fight to get her kids back. And she's hungry. Like she's hungry because she won't do it for herself, but she wants her kids. And if you're not hungry enough to dream for yourself, do it for someone that you love more than yourself. And she asked this lady if she'll mentor her and help her. And the lady does. But you guys, it's not easy. She's like, you're coming to my house. You're going to do my habits that I do every day, and you're going to change. And if you're not going to make the test, you're out. And man, this girl is like huffing and puffing and jogging and waking up at 5 a.m. and journaling and going to the edge of a mountain and screaming affirmations. And she needs $1 million in 90 days. And she freaking kills it. And I'm telling you, if your life depended on it, you could. Don't think of it as I need to be a millionaire. Some people are going to be hating on here because they think all I talk about is money. But money gives you choices. Money gives you the power to make a difference. Money gives you a chance to pay for treatment for the kid that's going to overdose and die and his parents don't have 30 grand to send him to treatment. Money gives you the time to sit with your mother-in-law from October 1st till November 17th and not have a boss and not care. Like you can order food right to the room. You don't have to eat the cafeteria food. Like it gives you choices. It gives you time. It gives you the thing that you can never get back, your mindset. You need to take your own power. Take your own power back and say, I'm going to become a part of this circle. Like I'm going to kill it in 2023. It's March and I still haven't done my New Year's resolution, but today I'm beginning because it's National Dream Day, right? So practice taking all the negative thoughts you have about anybody or anything and getting them out. Put them on the ground, stomp them like a red ant, do this little stomp twist on it like the thinking cure. And then always be aware of how you're speaking to yourself. Like just a minute ago, I almost said that I wasn't smart and then I changed it and I said, I'm freaking brilliant. Now, whether you believe you are or not, you got to say it. That positive self-talk every day. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm happy. I'm doing it. This is going to be great. Because no matter what everyone else does around you or not, if they never get better, you can get better. And it starts right here, right? In order for things to get better, you have to get better. So remember who God says I am. Remember that I have to do the work of reaffirming in my mind that I am destined for greatness. I am amazing. I am worthy. I am strong. I am confident. I am beautiful. I am the best. Like you got to tell yourself this every day. Dave always talks about Muhammad. He always said this phrase every single day. And he became the greatest, right? Because he was Muhammad Ali. And sometimes we got to be our own cheerleader to just pump ourselves up. You think of the Rocky Balboa song and you think of Rocky just believing and punching and believing and punching. I mean, that's a great one to watch. I don't know what your battles are. You know, we all have battles and you can say, Barb, it's hard for me to dream right now. Yeah, I know. My next book is going to be Surviving the Death of All Your Dreams and Getting a New One. Because I haven't just done that once. I've done that like 3 times. And I want to tell you guys something. Every time, if God will bring you to it, he will bring you through it. And when you put your dreams on a board, you make a Pinterest board, you put it on your screensaver, you put it on your dashboard, you put it on your toilet, you put it everywhere where you see it every day, and you write down, it feels so good to put a blank. It feels so good to, and you say this every single day. Pretty soon you will manifest it. You will be a money magnet. You will be a people magnet. You'll be a mortgage magnet. You'll be a sell the car magnet. You'll be a sign up the newest promoter magnet. You'll be a, maybe you're going to be a man magnet or a woman magnet. Some of you guys are like, I'm never going to find the right person. No, because you look like you're weaned on a dill pickle. And when they're around you, nobody wants to be around that, right? Energy is everything and everything is energy. And you got to get up and get in motion, start dreaming with your, like I'm going to need 2 lifetimes to live this all. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. And you guys, when you look at my life and your life, the only difference is the size of my dream and the time that I've been doing it. And some of you guys say, well, I'm older than you, Barb. Hey, my top earner, my top promoter is 74 years old, maybe 75. She don't care. She's not making excuses. We're making money. You can either make excuses or make money, but you cannot do both. And I'm going to tell you, the minute that you decide to quit putting on a facade for everyone around you and pretending and going like a robot, just going through the motions, and you set some boundaries and you say, this is what I want. I don't care what the rest of all you do. This is what I want. Then and only then are you going to attract abundance, because when you move, God moves. When you move, God moves. So faith without any risk is a contradiction, and faith without action is dead. You can tell me what you want to do. You can tell me you believe. You can tell me what you think. But when you don't take action, it's really dead. And so beginning is your birthday. The end is the last day that you take breath on this earth, and the dash is what we're living right now. You guys, let's fit so much in the dash. Let's do everything on your bucket list. Let's meet once a week and be like, what did you check off? What did you check off? What did you add to your bucket list? And when I say what's up, I want you to say my income. When I say what's up, you say my influence. When I say what's up, you say my mastermind group is growing. Like, let's get everything moving in the right direction. And you guys, I will do everything I can to bring you all the goods, but only you can do it. So you can, if you will. And I'm going to be bringing some powerful stuff to celebrate my birthday on March 13th. So get ready, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed today's No Guts, No Story. If you have, do me one favor. Share, share, share. Tag a friend and share. The only way Facebook lets this get out there is based on the comments. So everybody right now, drop a comment. What is your one takeaway from what I shared with you today? Just one. One thing that was like, boom, I got it. What is one thing? And I know I'm going a little bit over here, but this is your assignment. Don't go do anything else right now except this assignment. That takeaway that you got and that dreams list that I gave you as an assignment. What's keeping you from doing it? And I'm going to solve a big mystery for all of you. You won't because you don't want to get your hopes up. You won't because you don't believe that it can happen. And you won't take action because it's just kind of like a fantasy thing. It's like a genie in a bottle. Let me be the one to tell you this. I believe in you. No, I do believe in you. I believe in each and every one of you. And I know more than anything else that you can be and do and have everything that you dream of if you will. So let's go make some big things happen. I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. And I'll see you next week. Same place, same time. No Guts, No Story. Have a great day, everyone. And for my birthday, all I want is you in the mastermind group sending me a list of your 50. And we're going to do some great things together. Have a great day, everyone.